Good morning, students. Welcome to today's class, An Astrologer's Day. Class 9, English Literature, Chapter 9, Part 1. Who is an astrologer? Let us see. And what do we mean by an astrologer's day? Can you see something there? What is this picture showing you? You can see planets, you can see stars, right? What is this called? The study of all this is called astronomy. Very good. So, astrologer's day. You will see the connection between the two. This is a novel written by R.K. Narayan. Who is it? R.K. Narayan. Does this ring a bell in you? This name? Have you heard it before? Very good. He is the brother of R.K. Lakshman. And what was the lesson you studied it from written by R.K. Lakshman? Mauritius. Very good, children. An astrologer's day. Now here you have a Vedic astrologer. You can see the Kauri. What is it called? Kauri shells. It's called the Kauri shells. And I've kept the stars, the planets, everything there. What does it mean? Can you find some relationship between all this? Yes. The impact the planets have on the human mind, or the planet's effects on the human mind, that study is called astrology. And a Vedic astrologer uses these equipments. Can you see something there? He's got a chart over there, and these cowrie shells, etc. he uses. You go to an astrologer, you go to a palmist to show your hands and find out what is the good time, when will you do well, why are you doing so badly, or why is your health not good, etc., etc. So that is what we are going to study in this lesson. Okay? Introduction. Who is an astrologer? The one who studies about the influence of stars and planets on human affairs. It affects the mental structure too. Affects the human affairs, has its influence on the human affairs. Now, what are we planning to cover in this video? Meaning of astrologer, description of the astrologer, his belongings, understanding the quotes in the warm-up activity, and about the author. So, meaning of astrologer you've already done. Description of the astrologer and his belongings, you've almost seen it there. Let's see the remaining parts of the video. The quotes. What is a quote? It's a quotation. It's written, said by some person. Stars impel but do not compel. Stars impel but do not compel. What does it mean? Stars and planets produce influences but do not force us to follow those influences. When you are not doing well, when you are not able to study, or when you don't have proper income, what do you do normally? You start going to an astrologer, showing him your birth chart, and then asking him what happened, is Rahu affecting, Ketu affecting? And then he will tell you, go and do this puja in that shrine, go and do something else somewhere. Now remember, children, stars impel. They have influence on you, no doubt. But if you are strong and you hold on to the Creator, there is no need for you to get scared of all these influences. They do not force their influence on you. They do not force you to follow the influence. They create an impact. They do have some role to play, but they don't tell you or force you and say, do all that has to be done. The idea is you need to understand not just believe in something blindfoldedly. Next quote is, man is the maker of his destiny. What is destiny? Yes, his luck, what he is going to become in life. Can I sleep on the bed 24/7 and say, I have to study, I must pass, I will come first in class, but I don't budge from the bed? Will I be able to secure even 5 marks in a subject? No. Why? Because I have only been thinking I should do something. I have not put that thought into action. So man is the maker of his destiny. He has all the capabilities, the potentials, the abilities to do things. But if he is not going to make it work for himself, he is going to be the loser. Let's see what explanation is there. The destiny of a man lies in his own hands, and he can be successful only if he wills it. As I told you, if I have a thought, I must get up, I must study, I must work hard and secure the first position in class. What should I be doing? The moment I get up in the morning, the thought strikes me, I should first get up, get done with all my daily work, and get down to the book, sit and study. The same holds good for exercises, for meditation, for any activity. Unless and until I work hard, there is no way that success will be mine. So it lies in his own hands. He has to work for it. He cannot lie down on the bed and dream high. That will remain only a dream, not something that he can see it happening. So warm-up activity. Life brings about changes that are good, changes that test us, or changes that leave us broken. Life surprises us with unexpected changes. Do you agree with this? Life brings about changes that are good. Can you think of something good that has happened to you, either in school or at home, any place, ever since you have understood, ever since you have been a child, as you have been growing up? Have you seen any changes in your life, children? Yes? Okay. Good. So, you can have changes. It can be good. Like you never went to a school. Suddenly you found that you got admission into an English medium school, and that also free. Yes, that is a wonderful chance. You have an opportunity. It's close by. You are able to go. You are able to understand. And what will happen because of this change that has come into your life? You become educated. And if you pursue education and understand with what difficulty you came to this position and how you achieved something in life, you grow up, you may help many more. Changes that test us. What are changes that test you? What is test? When we conduct tests in the class, you're afraid because of the marks you'll be getting. What is those tests for? To make us know what is your understanding capacity or how well you have understood a subject. Or changes that leave us broken. So when you take a test, the result tells you about your efforts to a great extent. It may not be all, but to a great extent. Isn't it? It will definitely tell us whether you opened the book or you did not open the book for the test. And changes that leave us broken. What are changes that leave you broken? Somewhere where you become helpless. Some changes that have taken in your life, that have happened in your life, which has not been in your control also probably. Life surprises us with unexpected changes. We never expect such changes, but they do come in our life. So, good changes can be comfort, wealth, health, peace, love. These can all be good changes. When you get comfort, you get some money, your health is fit, you were a sickly child. When you understand that you have eaten all good food for what is necessary, a balanced diet, and you find your health is improving. That's a wonderful change. You will see a sea of change taking place. You will see that you are able to concentrate better, study better, perform better. Isn't it? Similarly, when you have comfort or wealth or peace or love, etc., these changes can help you to become a better person. Changes that test illness, you're sick, how to cope up with sickness, how to understand that I have certain limits, I have lost my property. That's a test. But that doesn't mean the end of the world has come. How can I make up? How can I regain some amount of property, or how I can save what I have? Changes that deter us or leave us broken. A death of a near and dear one. Losing of a mother or a father at a tender age. A sudden major sickness. A tsunami. A volcanic activity, where you lose so many people. Even this coronavirus now, where so many people are dying. All these changes that are there in life definitely influence your life to a very, very great extent. If the changes are good, like they are, you have got more comfort, you have got more health, you may be using it in a positive way to become a better and better individual. If it is a test, you can still pass through the test. And sometimes when you lose a dear one or you lose your property, everything you have lost, you still understand that there is nothing more precious than your own life here. And if you are alive, you can think of many things and rebuild what you had. So all these things definitely leave an impact on your life. Isn't it, children? So here I have some things for you to ponder, to think. What do you understand by the word change? Can you think of some changes that are good and make you feel positive? Have you experienced any changes that have left you broken or sad? Have you had pleasant surprises or unpleasant happenings? What are pleasant surprises? Something very happy. You wanted, suppose, a pair of shoes, and you were thinking about a pair of shoes, if I have that, I can play that sports very well, I'm not able to run because I feel the ground pricking, the stones in the ground pricking me. And suddenly in the evening, your father comes with a packet and says, here son, I've got a surprise for you. And you find it is a pair of shoes. Aren't you pleasantly surprised? Yes. What is an unpleasant happening? Something which you did not even imagine. You told a lie. Your teacher caught the lie and then she complained to your parents. She happened to see it. They met. And your father comes back and gives you a nice shouting. How can you tell such a lie? Is it a pleasant happening or an unpleasant happening? An unpleasant happening. So, what happens because of positive and negative changes in life? Please think on all this. If there is a positive change, you have a good friend, you found a good friend who is ready to help you, do things, help you learn many things, and is a very good companion, what happens to your life? It blooms, isn't it? But if you get into wrong company, you can be doomed. So what do positive and negative changes in your life tell you, or how do they influence you? All right, students? All right, about the author. R.K. Narayan, shortened form of Rasipuram Krishnaswamy, born on 10th October 1906, who lived up to 13th May 2001, is an Indian author whose works of fiction include a series of books about people and their interactions in an imagined town called Malgudi. He is credited with bringing Indian literature in English to the rest of the world and is one of India's greatest novelists. His works also include The Financial Expert and The Guide. He has won, in his writing career that spans 60 years, he received many awards and honors, which are the A.C. Benson Medal from the Royal Society of Literature and the Padma Vibhushan, India's second highest civilian award. And then you have He is the one who wrote, "Life's all about making right things and going on." So you have the biography of R.K. Narayan, that's one of his books also. Yes? So next video, paragraph 1 with detailed explanation and meanings will be done. Questions. Answer the following in your notebooks. Define the word astrologer. What are the 2 quotes you read? Explain their meaning. Who is the author of this lesson? Have you heard about him before? Name the book which brought him great fame. What are changes? Explain how something has changed in your life due to COVID. Thank you, students. Sai Ram.